life, who wants to grow, who wants to do something more. They don't want to just hang out and talk about how things are going in the other places of this world. I didn't come to Malaysia to hang out. I came to talk to you about the future. Because from where we sit in Provo, we think Malaysia has a very big future. What do you think?
Yes.
We also think Singapore has a very big future. What do you think? I think Southeast Asia has a very big future. What do you think? Yeah. Now, I want to do this real fast, but I want to honor the good people are part of our team. Our new skin team here, Singapore, Malaysia. Will you please stand? All of our members of the new skin team, where are you guys? You guys, there they are over there, talking, helping, supporting, growing. This is a great team. Great leadership with Vicky and Connie, Wee Wee. We have such a great team. And why is that important? Because it's a team. New Skin is a team game. No one person's gonna make you successful. I would ask Derek, Derek, are you doing it all by yourself? You're the only one doing it, right? Not willing? Only person, you're only the one that's successful, right? No? Are you sure? Positive? Okay. It's always a team. Always a team. Ichiro, what do you think? Is it a team? Team, there it is. Okay, look, here's the bottom line. If you think you can do it yourself, you're wrong. It's that simple. The only way you do it is through leadership, through belief, and growing. Now, 25 years ago, we weren't even here, right? We weren't even here. Now you have products, a program, a system, leaders who have been successful and have given you a path to show you how to win. How much better are you now than we were back 25 years ago? You're now in a perfect position to win and grow. And if you'll listen to what Shelly has to say, what I have to say, and so many of us have to say, education will be your tool to help you grow your business, to help people grow in a way they've never done before. So, let's do it. Our mission, very simply put, is to be a force for good. If you're going to be a force for bad, you can leave. It's that simple. No, you're excused. Go ahead. You don't have to be here. Force for good isn't just something that we talk about. It's intrinsically in us. It's an inward effort that's manifested outward to others. It's how you treat people. It's whether you're kind. It's whether you truly understand that people are not just something you use to get something. You're trying to help them grow. And the magic is when you help enough people do that, you grow. And you learn. And you expand. Now, I've been working in this industry for 34 years. I've had 2 of my own businesses. I've been able to help New Skin for the vast majority of that 34 years in some form or fashion, whether I was a supplier. And I've seen my fair share of challenges and opportunities and success. But I'll tell you one thing, this is a powerful mission if you live up to it. But a mission's only as good as the people who really believe it and do it. Because they have to have a vision that's bigger than just themselves. They have to say to themselves, okay, I can do this because. I can do it because Chua has done it. I've done it because Rain's done it. I can do it because Angela's done it. I can do it because I believe, I've seen, and I'm going to do the work. Some people think work is a 4-letter word. It's not. Work, properly done, is the difference from people who talk about success and people who are successful. Because in my experiences, I get up at 3:30 every morning today. I retired when I was 33. Okay? Retired when I was 33. I was so bored. 4 hours into retirement, I got back into business. No, seriously. Why? I love. It's never worked for me. It's not a 4-letter word. It's the opportunity to help people. Okay? It's a big difference. The world's leading intelligent beauty and wellness platform, it's coming. Now, some people say that's a bunch of words. It is, and we're going to talk a little bit why. But if you want to say, am I in the right place? $6.8 trillion says yes, this is the right place and growing. It's a massive opportunity. Okay, let's look at Malaysia real fast, just real fast, okay? If you look at the amount that are obese, 1 in 3 are obese. I'm not making a comment because we started McDonald's in the United States, okay? So we can look right here, okay? Just so you know, we have our own problems in the United States. Shelley may even talk about it a little bit. But here in Malaysia, 1 in 3, half are either obese or overweight based upon what the government stand on. So then we say to ourselves, okay, why is TRME so successful here? Look at this opportunity. There are so many people who, because of lifestyle and genetics and challenges that they have, they just simply aren't making good decisions. And sometimes it's because they don't have enough time, or they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to do it. That's where you come in, and you help them. And you help them grow. And you help them learn about our body and what makes things work and why things suddenly go from here to here and then to here. Right? It's real simple. If you understand the rules of our body, then you can now do something about it. If you don't know, you don't do. You guys can teach them what to do. And as we were talking yesterday with Andy and Annie, they said, Steve, the great thing about TRME is the fact that we can talk to people on a weekly basis and talk to them about how they're doing and how they're going. Then things get introduced like other products that potentially can help them. And you're following up and you're following up. But the bottom line is, this is who we are. We are a leadership-driven company. Now you can go to the health food store, you can go to the beauty salon, you can go all these places, and you can buy products, but there's no leaders. There's not. What I see on the front row, the second row, the third row, these leaders are unbelievable. They have confidence. They have an inner strength. Is their business always going up? Nope. In fact, most businesses do this at Nu Skin, and globally, this is what happens. It goes up, big turn, drop, big turn, drop, flat, 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 and then a decision gets made. A decision gets made because you say, well, I wanted to have this, and I'm here. Do I want to make the effort to go here? And the leaders do. The leaders recognize that this is temporary, the short term drop, and then it goes back up again. The greatest leaders at Nu Skin, I've had the chance to sit down with almost all of them. And the ones that win are the ones that are, number one, unselfish. They focus on their teams. They're leaders. Number two is they start from a position of strength, meaning that they believe in themselves. Some people say, I can't believe in myself. You better start. No one else will until you do. Start believing in yourself. Even if it's just to say, I don't know what's going to happen today, but I'm going to go and I'm going to do and I'm going to learn what my upline has taught me. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm going to learn about the products. I'm going to be a product of the products, and you can start right there. Do you know how many people have done this business who are quote unquote introverts? They can't talk to people. They don't know how to do it. I can't do that. That's not for me. And they're some of the greatest leaders in our company because they do it by the way they are. They walk the way they're the product of a product. And when you talk to people, I watch these individuals just light up. And they say, hey, here's been my experience with the products. Here's been my experience with the plan. Here's where I made a mistake before. And this is where I fixed it. That's leadership. And people keep moving. We also have unique products. These are very unique. We're going to get into that in just a second. In addition to that, like I said, we're a force for good. We're committed to that. This is our CEO, Ryan Kapierski, recently in Malawi, where we really understand the importance of the key to life is not just getting for ourselves. It's to be able to take what we've learned and help others. Education, knowledge, products, as well as giving back. That's what we believe. And in fact, if I was to poll the leaders, and I say, why are you still here? I bet a large portion of the leaders, almost all of them would say because of this, force for good. Because they've already made money. They love the products. But this keeps people there. Because you believe in something that's bigger than yourself, okay? So, it's really simple. In fact, we were talking about this last night at dinner. And I think a lot of people have said this, but this is our chairman, Steve Lund. Business is really simple. It's about problem solving. And those who can solve the most problems win. It's true. You can solve problems. Problem solving is what we do. Some people, when there's a problem, they go, oh, I'm going to go this way. Other people say, we're going to solve this problem, and that's what gives us the opportunity. That's where tape came from. That's where paper came from. That's where wheels came from. That's where the great solutions in life come from, is people trying to solve major problems. Okay? If you want to be a problem solver, you've got a great future. Now, here's a big problem. Take a look. There's this little area over here. You guys might have seen it before. In this area right here, okay? This is a global map that Harvard University, along with the Lancet Group, actually co-opted on a study. One of the biggest studies and a landmark study that's ever been around before. What they did is they said, okay, let's take a look at the diet of everybody around the world. And let's see what they eat on a daily basis, generally speaking, in every single different region. And let's find out how many nutrients, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, calcium, magnesium, these types of things are in the foods they're eating. And they measured it. It was a long study. Maybe Shelley will go into more details. What's interesting is a lot of times people say things like, oh, everybody eats similar things. Look, this is, for instance, B6. Look at the difference of the nutrients that's happening in Latin America versus America, North America versus Russia. Now, stay focused on Malaysia. I'm going to run through these nutrients very, very quickly, okay? And tell me if you see something that happens here in Southeast Asia. Look at this, iodine. See a problem? Vitamin E. Calcium. Magnesium. Folate. Riboflavin. Iron. Look at what deficiencies are in there. This is a problem. Remember what Steve Lund said? Nu Skin's into the problem-solving business. You want to start helping your fellow man? You want to do something significant in life? Start introducing people to Nu Skin and the products that we offer to help solve the problems that you're seeing here of nutrient deficiency all over the world. This is a big deal. This is really important stuff. This is weighty stuff. Some people go to work and they don't even know really what the outcome's going to be. Some people can go to work and know exactly what they're doing, which is helping people with nutrient gaps and challenges. We know this is happening. The global nutrient deficiencies is a big problem, and Nu Skin isn't just sitting idly by. We're going forward, and we need some people who are going to go forward with us. We need some of the people who are the best and brightest, who are committed to going the next 40 years and doing something really, really special and helping people, and in the process, helping themselves. Because we know that we can fill the gap. In fact, Dr. Hester here, who you'll be hearing about fairly soon, she actually formulated products specifically for this area, specifically for your needs, and specifically for Malaysia, Singapore, and this area and region for the nutrients that you need to make sure that you optimize your nutrition on a daily basis. Now, we're known as the anti-aging company. Now, Chua, wouldn't you say this is an accurate description of who we are? Who would agree that Nu Skin is the anti-aging company? Yeah. When you think about that, who can say that? Tell me another company that can actually say that they have been committed and they've done over 1,000, even 2,000 research, journals, articles, clinical research that they've done focused on this, that they have an award-winning author who actually talks about the science of age lock and how do we help the gene expression inside of our bodies. Who's doing this work? It's Nu Skin, and you are sharing it with others. Look at this history. 1984, we started the company, all the good, none of the bad. Clinically proven products. We started right from the get-go. We said, we're not going to go out and just sell another product, another lotion, another capsule, another tablet. We're going to do something that really is going to make a difference in people's lives. That's what you're a part of. Now, when you walk out and you say, oh, that was great, that was cool. No. You haven't done the work. You need to understand what these products do. I met 5 people before I even got into this room who gave me their personal experience with the products. Changed their lives. Changed their lives. How many people in life have the ability to literally use these products and change their lives? And I would say 8 billion people have the opportunity, but this is the group of people who are going to do it in Malaysia. Okay? This is who it is. All right. Now, 40 years, science-based products. You have Nu Skin, PharmNex, and now Age Lock, which we've talked a little bit about if you don't know. But here's something really important. I had a phone call with a whole bunch of leaders in Southeast Asia, maybe about a year ago. And they said, Steve, we're having an identity crisis. I said, really? What's wrong? We've lost our way a little bit. We think you guys are talking about this or that, but we want to make sure everybody understands who we are and what we stand for. Let me be clear. Nu Skin is an anti-aging company, powered by Age Lock and clinical research. If you have any question about that, this, in the fine print, is the last 16 years of research and science. Transformations, Vitality, Galvanic Spas, R Squared, TR90, Youth, TFEU, Age Lock Me, Lumi Spa, Galvanic Spa 3, Age Lock Boost, Meta, now Lumi Spa IO, TR Me, Well Spa, True Face. This is Age Lock. It is the spine, the backbone, and historically the history of who we are as a company. The world needs what we have. And you're going to see us be very vocal and very loud about being the anti-aging company and specifically anchored by Age Lock. Okay? Now, here's something really, really cool. We keep growing all the way up until this point, and then you saw Prysm IO come. Now, when Scanner originally came, back almost 21 years ago, people said, oh, we are a Nu Skin business which is focusing on personal care. And some people did not want to support the scanner, so they focused on skincare. Guess what? Great. That's fine. What you have to do is you have to find your way within Nu Skin. There's plenty of products that can fit what you need. Do your business your way. What's authentic to you? What makes you feel confident? Do something that makes you feel fantastic. A lot of people said, oh, Steve's going to come and talk about Prysm. In fact, there was an intro before I came on board. It said, here is Prysm IO. And you assume that I'm just going to go after Prysm IO. Guess what? What I'm going to tell you is, we are the anti-aging company. And Prysm IO is a tool you can use to validate, instigate, or create opportunity. You with me? So if you want to go and build your business with TRME and then get on the subscription with LifePack, perfect. Perfect. Do that. And if you want to validate it, that improvement did something for them, use a Prysm IO, because that's what's going to be there. Okay? If you want to go after True Face and Radiant Day or something like that and show how sunblock basically protecting your skin helps improve your carotenoid score, you've got something that can do that. If you want to start with Prysm IO and get eyeballs, do you know the single biggest eyeball catcher of all of our products is Prysm? Number one. It's not even close. Half of all the impressions in social media are Prysm IO. People, what we call stop the scroll. They scroll, and then they see the Prysm and they say, wait a second, what's that? Because they've seen a million supplements, they've seen a million lotions, but they've never seen a Prysm, so they're saying, what is that? That invites them into an opportunity where you can talk to them. If you want to talk to them about any other product, that's fine. What we're trying to do is give you validation, science, clinicals, and support to grow your business your way. Okay? Because what we know, and maybe if I come back in a year or so and I explain to you everything that we're going to measure with Prysm, do you think it's just going to be carotenoids? Huh? Do you think we just... See, if we're going to do carotenoids, here's the thing. Biophotonic scanner, there's one light coming out of that. It's a blue light. There's a couple of lights. Oh, there's 4 lights in Prysm. Why would that be? Maybe because we're thinking about skin health. Maybe we're thinking about measuring other things beyond carotenoids. Maybe we're doing a composite score that nobody has ever considered before. Maybe we're going to look at personalized wellness and beauty together, because I want to know how I can link gut health, weight management, immune function, cardiovascular health, brain health, skin health, bone health, eye health, joint health, to metabolism health, all to Prysm. Think we can do it? Yeah, I think the back rows are more excited than the front rows. Come on, back row. Hello. There we go. I think you can too. I think we have somebody like Joe Chang who sits at the head of our science and gives us direction and insights that is helping put together what we wanted to do for so many years. And it's starting to come alive. In fact, we're going to go into this in just a second. We're getting close on time, so I got to be really fast here. This, by the way, right here, so many people have seen this before. This science, this will only take 7 hours for me to explain. So hang in there. It'll only be 7 hours. Grab your water. This proprietary Raman data right here, this is our great leaders who put this together. All of you who collected this data. This is the difference. Because anything from an AI standpoint, you can create things, right? AI is amazing, artificial intelligence, and that's great. But you have to have a starting point to go with. See, AI is learning about languages and data, but you don't have the data, it doesn't matter. It can't make fictitious data up. There's only one company that did 23 million scans and has the data and proportions to be able to show how those scans impacted people's bodies and the relationship, or what we call the correlation, between good health and a scanner score. We took all that data, we took the thousands of light measurements, we combined it into a unique algorithm with some of the smartest people at the university level, and we created 2 patents, and that's what's powering this Prysm. And it's giving us the power to be able to discover the best you. So we talked about that before, discover the best you. Now you can quantify it. And get ready, because you better be clear on this. This is just the beginning. It's going to get so exciting. We are in a position where we're not just talking about a biomarker, we're talking about biomarkers, beauty and wellness. Now, a handful of leaders got to hear a little bit more about this yesterday. I won't say who and what and where, because then that gets me into trouble. But I can tell you, we are just barely getting started with this. But when you think about the study that we did specifically here in Southeast Asia that has a direct correlation to TRME, and as you continue to improve your overall weight, your BMI, remember, half of the people in Malaysia are either overweight or obese. So as they go through this, they'll see an improvement in their score. There's a direct correlation. So some people can look at it from a waist or from a scale, and now you can look at it from an actual inside, what's happening inside here. Because with the less, let me put it this way. We don't have competition at Nu Skin. We just don't. There's nobody out there doing this. This is different. If you don't think so, go home, find that cranky old friend that always gives you a hard time, and say, great, show me how you can measure my health. In carotenoids at a trillionth of a level, waiting. Come on, come on, come on. Anybody here? It's so easy to sit there and say, oh, well, Prysm, I don't know, variability, it's a little bit up and down. So, yeah, you're measuring at a trillionth level. This is like a $500,000 piece of equipment that you are letting people eat a peanut butter sandwich and then putting their finger on it. And I don't know why it's varying. I'll tell you why it's varying, because your kid just threw it against the wall and picked it back up and now is scanning. Or they're not washing their hands. Or the evolution of the firmware updates haven't fully gone in yet, and it's going to get better and better. In fact, every single scan, we get more and more precise. I just looked at the data just before I left from Provo, and we have changed. It's relative standard deviation, so if you look at generally everything that's out there, used to be anywhere from 10 to 15%, so 150 points. Now we're down to 120, and now on the trajectory that we're on, we're going to be close to within 25 to 50 adjustment levels. That's like saying, this is incredible. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So when you measure me, okay, I weigh, I think it's like 95 kilos. I think that's what they do here, right? 95 kilos. Okay, a kilo, times that by 1,000, you get the amount of grams. Times that by another 1,000, you get the amount of milligrams, and then you go to micrograms, okay? What I'm saying is, if you were to measure me in micrograms the way that Prysm measures, I'd be over 1 trillion micrograms. You think about that for a second. That's what we're measuring, that little piece. So is there a little bit of variability? Yeah. There's a live body that's being measured, and that's going to change. But it's going to get better and better and better and better. So by this time next year, we'll be measuring some biomarkers. We'll be reviewing this research. Hopefully you guys are seeing this research. We did a blood serum carotenoid score. What does that mean? Shelly will tell you when she's up here. Don't worry. But what it really means is essentially we verified invasively and found out what the blood was saying and verified that with a light. Okay? We have the studies that back up everything we're doing. Beyond having somebody out there that actually can say, we do this too, show me the studies. Show me the studies. And if you don't know where the studies are, ask Connie, ask Wee, ask Vicky, ask Adrian, ask any of these guys, because they know exactly where these studies are, and you can then share them with your friends and those people who don't understand the power of what you have in your hand. It's going to change everything. Now, why is this important? What we found in our studies is that UV exposure is correlated to a lower score. Meaning, if the sun hits your body consistently, it could potentially wreak havoc on your skin and impact the overall antioxidants in your body. In addition, sleep habits. Is everybody getting their full 8 hours? Those of you who are getting full 8 hours, please raise your hand. There's 7. 7 people are getting their full 8 hours. This is big. Almost nobody is getting the right amount of hours of sleep. If they're honest about it, I'd even say those 7, maybe 2 of them are. The reality is that we're just not sleeping very good. We're not taking care of ourselves. And this is regular physical activity. Now, some of you are doing great. Some of you are doing really well. Most of us aren't. Okay? Sleep habits directly have a correlation to the Prysm score. The lower the score, the less sleep you're getting. It's like a little bit of an X-ray machine of what's happening inside of our bodies. And people say, well, I'll get there someday. You better start taking some checks right now, because anti-aging is demonstrated through these beauty and wellness solutions that you guys have, and you can actually show the difference demonstrated, okay? How many people walk into a wellness store or a skincare product and they say, I want a new product, and they say, okay, here's the deal. Measure it and we'll give you the money back if it doesn't work? Very few. Nu Skin does it, and it stands by you and everyone else on those types of things. You've got to understand how to use the product. Somebody says, well, I got embarrassed. I brought it to an event, and it was kind of up and down, and I wasn't sure exactly how to talk about it. then do the work. Learn what a carotenoid is. Learn what antioxidants are. It doesn't take you that long. Simple, easy to understand sound bites. Now you have AI, you can actually click it on your phone and say, what is it? Understand how to actually put your finger on the Prysm. I can't tell you how many people still go like this, or like that, or like, I mean, it's crazy. It's seriously. And they say, I don't get it, my spore's all over the place. I say, well, the first thing you gotta do is put your finger on it. And you're like, oh yeah, I know, I gotta do that. Guys, it is not that hard. There are 10 million people, 10 million healthy households that we're gonna try to get to. I think that number's too low. I think healthy homes is a big deal. I think when you talk about Nu Skin, when you're constantly thinking about, okay, how do I have belief? Where is there not to believe? I would say there's never been a time in history when the opportunity at Nu Skin has ever been bigger. Because what happens is you have a growth factor of, remember, over $6 trillion in this industry. There's a good opportunity for you. Number two, you're backed by a company that is in 50 countries and has done over 2,000 clinical studies to validate the products that they have. Number three, and this is probably the most important thing I can tell you, is we have leaders who have led over the years and have been where you are today, whether that's good or bad. They're leaders who've been through the tough times and the good times. There's been leaders who can show you how to connect with people. Oh, I can't do it. They can show you. Look to your upline. Look to the research. Go to YouTube. Go on to the nuskin.com site and understand these great resources you have. You have no excuses. This is going to be the biggest time in the history of the company. I was talking to Joe Chang before I came, Dr. Joe Chang, who does all of our science. He said, when you go to Malaysia, which Joe knows a little bit about Malaysia because he's from here, right? Please share with them that this is the single biggest time in the history of Nu Skin. Okay? And if your confidence isn't quite there, if you're not just like excited to get out the door, get out of your own way, believe in yourself, and go to work. And realize that you're going to be helping a lot of people along the way. We're going to be helping you with subscription. We're going to be helping you with tools, additional insights and information. Prysm is not the end game. It is a tool. It is a validation, creation, or instigation that's going to be able to help you grow your business in a powerful way. It is going to truly change people's lives. You have a decision to make. You can decide whether you're going to be part of that or not. That's the bottom line. Because this multi-analyte discovery, this being able to know more about what's happening on your skin, happening inside your gut, happening inside your eyeballs, this is a different game. Nu Skin is not going to play the game everyone else plays. Vitamin help, good. No, we're done with that. We're about you personally understanding your body and discovering the best you, delivering on that promise in all of these categories. Here's the deal. This is the moment where the world continues to look for somebody to give them light. You can decide whether you're that person. A lot of people think lighthouses were there to show a beacon to bring ships to the light. It is there to show them that it's close to the shore. But do you know what the number one reason for a lighthouse is? To let ships know danger. To let ships know of falseness, of problems. You're hitting a shoreline, there's rocks there. These amazing leaders right here, they are lighthouses. They've been there. They know the rocks, they know the problems, they know the challenges. It's up to you to listen to them, hear them, counsel with them. They're there to give you direction, but also to help you with some of the challenges that you're definitely going to have. That's what a lighthouse does. And it can give you something real. In 1870, in the United States, or actually this is in England, there was a group, all these ships kind of just crashed because they thought they were going to the shore because they saw this lighthouse, but it was a shimmer, an environmental cluster that gave a false light. A false light. New Skin gives you a clear light. A clear light to go in the direction you want to go. It provides you the direction you need to be, and it helps you with some of the dangers of products that aren't clinically substantiated, the products that really aren't here to help us. They're just trying to make money, and that's fine, but that's not what we do. We help people first, and then we make money. That's how it works. So, my question to you today is, how valuable is your life? How valuable is your life? People will pay $6 for a cup of coffee, but they won't pay $3 a day for a really good nutrition program that will help them. Why? Because they don't have faith that it will change their life. You have to help them understand that. You get that opportunity. They'll eat, remember, bad guy, McDonald's, $6 combo, $10 combo, French fries, quarter pounder. No, I like McDonald's. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to get in any trouble with McDonald's. I'm just saying, everybody has their own stuff. But come on. They're going to spend that money on that when you can really spend it on you in your life and trying to be able to focus on doing something good for yourself. How valuable is your life? Let me tell you this. I'm about to wrap up. I've never shown this video before. The team at New Skin wanted to show this to everyone, and I wouldn't let them see it. It's the first time I've ever shown this video ever. Because sometimes these guys from Provo come in with a suit on and they tell you all these things and do this, do that, do this, do that. Shut up. You didn't build a business. Actually, I did, but not your business. I have a suit on, yeah. But just like you, I've had problems. I've had setbacks. I've had challenges. But I've been so healthy my whole life until I basically broke my back. Broke it. Literally broke it. And I remember being so, impatient with people who had health problems before. Come on, get over it. Get out of bed. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Even my wife, who has been sick for 23 years because of a genetic challenge that she has called Berlotti syndrome and some other stuff that she has with her back. She's not able to go to Team Elite trips. She's not able to go. She's barely able to get to the kitchen, and she's barely able to use the restroom and spend a little bit of time with her grandkids, and that's it. For 23 years. I've seen it firsthand. But I was different. I was super powerful, super capable, always up early, staying late, doing my thing. And then it hit me where I broke my back and Superman became super nothing in my mind, and I couldn't do anything. And my wife couldn't do anything. Now you have two people in a home trying to live life where we're struggling with our backs. Okay? And this is where I was. So I had a choice. I watched my wife with 23 years of degenerative diseases and challenges and problems and issues. And I haven't been able to fix that. We've been able to help her a little bit with some of the products, but we haven't been able to do it because the doctors have said this is just impossible. So I said, oh my goodness, is the rest of my life going to be like this? Is the rest of my life going to be not contributing to the world? Is the rest of my life going to be something where I'm really not doing something powerful and fun and engaging and helping people with their health? Is that what's going to happen to me? Because I talk about this all the time. And I was worried. And I decided to get a surgery. And so this is a little video that one of my family members put together, along with one of our team members. Because they said, look at the world you would have missed. Because I remember walking up to them one time and saying, I don't want to do the surgery. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm done. Dad, don't give up. You got this. Some of you are saying, I want to give up. Or some of you are saying, I don't believe. Or some of you are saying, can I do it? And I'm telling you that that's where I was to a certain extent. I felt like I couldn't go any further. But then my kids told me, go for it. My grandkids told me to go for it. My friends and colleagues said to go for it, and so I did. But I was so scared because I thought for sure this would be the end. I flew all the way to Germany by myself. Went to a specialist in Germany to basically cut me open from the front, move all my organs over, and change the disc in my back. Yeah. Now some people say, no big deal. Well, for me it was a big deal. Okay? Funny part about this is, John Imran calls me and says, Steve, we got to talk about Empower Me. I said, I'm a little woozy right now. He says, I know. Come on, Steve, let's go. So I'm in my little gown on a bed in Germany talking to John Imran about new skin. Literally. It's so fun. But this is it. What will you miss if you don't take that leap of faith? What if you miss the opportunity that you can help all these people? What if those were all pictures of what I would have missed had I not made that decision? The decision you're making today, to whether you're listening, to whether you're going to support what we're trying to do, which is help 10 million healthy households. I still think that's a low number. The question is, are you going to be part of it? Are you going to be part of the solution? Are you going to start helping people? Start with yourself. Make a difference. Help those around you, and everything changes. I'm here today because I made a decision to move forward, and I hope you do too. Thank you, Malaysia. Thank you, Singapore. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. It's been wonderful to be with all of you. Thank you.